It's 9 p.m. on a Sunday. You're watching TV, but you're not really watching it. You've got one eye on your phone and you just saw a calendar notification pop up. Weekly sync, 9 a.m. And there it is. That feeling, that pit in your stomach, the Sunday scaries. It's not that you hate your job, not really. It's fine. The people are okay. The pay is, well, it pays the bills. You've got a 401k, decent health insurance. It's a good, safe job. You've built your entire life on the foundation of that safe job. The mortgage, the car payment, the kids' college fund, it all depends on that direct deposit hitting your account every 2 weeks. The thought of that not happening is terrifying. It's the worst case scenario. So you stick it out. You kill the Sunday scaries. You go to bed, you wake up, and you do it all over again. Because it's safe, it's secure. But what if I told you that safe job is the single biggest financial risk you are taking in your entire life? What if I told you that foundation you've built your life on isn't solid rock, it's quicksand? And the safer you try to be, the faster you're sinking. My name is Leo, and I spend way too much time thinking about the psychology of money, the math behind our decisions, and all the hidden traps that keep people stuck on a treadmill when they think they're moving forward. If you're someone who is doing everything right, you went to college, you got the good job, you're contributing to your 401k, but you still feel like you're one bad email away from financial disaster, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if this video helps you out, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Look, we need to talk about the safe job delusion. This is the idea our parents and grandparents drilled into us. Go to a good school, get a job at a big, stable company, and climb the ladder for 40 years. You'll get a pension, a gold watch, and you'll retire happy. And you know what? For their generation, that was pretty good advice. But here's what most people don't realize. The game has completely changed, but the rule book we're all using is 50 years out of date. Let's define what we mean by safe. We mean a W-2 job, a single employer, a steady paycheck, benefits. Now let's look at what safe actually means in 2025. Your safe job has a single point of failure. His name is Mark, or Jennifer, or whatever your boss's name is. You don't have a career. You have a boss. Your boss has a boss. Your boss's boss reports to a VP, who reports to a CEO, who reports to a board of directors, who reports to a bunch of shareholders who have never met you and do not care about your mortgage. You are not a person. You are a line item on a spreadsheet. You are employee number 7,294, and you represent an expense. When the numbers don't look good for a quarter, you know what they do. They don't cut the CEO's bonus. They optimize. They restructure. They right-size. And poof, your safe job is gone. We just saw this happen across the entire tech industry. These were the safest jobs in the world, right? Six-figure salaries, stock options, free avocado toast. And then, overnight, tens of thousands of people woke up to a 3 a.m. email saying their access was cut. Their one source of income, their only source of income, went from $150,000 a year to zero. Instantly. Tell me, please tell me, what about that is safe? The delusion is that you are trading risk for security. But you're not. You're just trading obvious risk for hidden risk. You're trading the volatile up and down risk of, say, being a freelancer for the catastrophic black swan risk of your income suddenly dropping to zero with no warning. It's like choosing to live in a house that's built on a massive hidden fault line. 99% of the time, it's perfectly safe. But when the earthquake hits, you lose everything. But okay, let's say you don't get fired. Let's say you are a rock star employee at a great company. You're truly safe from layoffs. Even in that best-case scenario, your safe job is still making you poorer every single day. This is where it gets really interesting. Let's do some math. Let's invent a person. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah is a good employee. She's a marketing manager. She makes $90,000 a year. She works hard, gets good reviews, and at the end of the year, her boss calls her and, "Sarah, you did great work. We're giving you the company-wide max raise of 3%. Wow, 3%. Sarah's happy. $90,000. Times 3% is $2,700. Her new salary is $92,700. She feels like she's winning. But wait, what was inflation last year? Let's be conservative. Let's say the official CPI, Consumer Price Index, was 3.5%. Her raise was 3%. The cost of everything, her food, her gas, her rent, her insurance, went up by 3.5%. Let's do the real math. Her purchasing power, the actual value of her money, decreased by 0.5%. In real terms, her new $92,700 salary is only worth $89,550 in last year's money. She got a $2,700 raise, and she is objectively poorer than she was the year before. This isn't a setback. This is the system. It's designed this way. This is the safe path. It is a guaranteed slow-motion path to poverty. You are on a treadmill, and your reward for a good year of work is that your boss speeds up the treadmill just a little bit, while you're running just to stay in the same place. Oh, but Leo, you're thinking, what about the 401k match? That's free money. Is it? Let's look at the golden handcuffs. The match is the most brilliant tool of control ever invented. Sarah's company matches 5% of her salary. So, 5% of $90,000, that's $4,500 a year. But that match has a vesting schedule. She has to stay at the company for, say, 4 years to be fully vested. If she leaves after 2 years, she forfeits half of that free money. So now a recruiter calls her, a new company, a startup. They're offering her $115,000. That's a $25,000 jump. But Sarah thinks, oh, but my 401k match. I'm not fully vested. If I leave now, I'll lose $4,000. She is literally turning down a $25,000 raise because she's afraid of losing $4,000. She is paying $21,000 for the feeling of security. The safe job isn't a safety net. It's a cage, a comfortable carpeted cage with dental benefits. But it's a cage. So if the math is so obvious, why do we all fall for this? Because it's not about the math. It's never just about the math. It's about our broken caveman brains. There are two massive psychological forces at play. One, loss aversion. Psychologists like Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky proved this. As humans, the pain of losing $100 is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining $100. Your safe job is built entirely around loss aversion. You're terrified of losing your steady paycheck. You are terrified of losing your health insurance. You are terrified of losing your title and your status. Your entire career is not spent playing to win. It's spent playing not to lose. And when you play not to lose, you can't win. You can only not lose for a while. You become defensive. You stop taking smart risks. You stop asking for that massive raise, and instead, you're just happy to get the 3% that, as we've proven, is making you poorer. 2. Identity fusion. This one is even scarier. Ask someone who they are. What's the first thing they say? I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm a marketing manager at Google. Our identities get fused with our jobs. This is insane. Your job is just a thing you do in exchange for money. It is not who you are. But because we've tied our self-worth to our job title, the idea of losing that job isn't just a financial crisis, it's an existential one. If you're not a senior manager at Big Bank, then who are you? This identity fusion makes it impossible to make rational decisions about your career. You're no longer a business owner making a calculated move. You're a person clinging to a piece of their identity, terrified of it being ripped away. So you stay in the safe job, getting your 3% raise, getting poorer, feeling the Sunday scaries, all to protect an identity that was just given to you by an HR department. The but, Leo. Now, you might be thinking a few things. Objection number 1. Leo, are you telling me to quit my job Mortgage my house and go all in on some crazy entrepreneurial idea? That's insanely risky. No. God, no. That's exactly the same problem, just in reverse. Quitting your job to start a business isn't safe. You just traded one boss for 100 bosses called clients. You still have a single point of failure, your new unproven business. That is not the answer for 99% of people. I'm not telling you to be riskier. I'm telling you to be smarter about risk. Objection number 2, but I have kids. I have a family. I need my health insurance. It's not just about me. I get that. I really do. This is the number one reason people stay. But here's the thing. The insurance and the 401k are tools of control. They are part of your compensation. You should see them as a line item. Let's do the math again. How much is that amazing family health plan worth? Let's say the company's paying $1,500 a month for it. That's $18,000 a year. It feels like a gift, but it's not. It's just part of your total compensation package. When you're comparing your $90,000 salary plus $18,000 benefits to a $115,000 offer, you're still $7,000 behind. And that's before you even factor in that the new company also has benefits. We get so emotionally attached to these perks that we forget to just add them up. They are a number just like your salary. Don't let them be an emotional anchor. Okay, so I've spent 10 minutes telling you the house is on fire. What's the escape plan? The antidote to safe is not risky. The antidote to safe is resilient. A safe job is a single, thick steel cable. It feels strong. But if that one cable snaps, you fall to your death. A resilient career is a web. It's made of dozens of smaller individual strands. If anyone's strand breaks, who cares? The other 11 hold you up. You just reweave that one strand. Your entire goal must be to stop being a steel cable and start being a web. Here are the actionable steps. This is what you do. Step 1. The business of one. Mindset shift. This is the most important one. Starting right now, you are fired. You no longer work for your company. Instead, you are a consultant. You are your name incorporated. Your old employer is now your first and biggest client. They are not your family. They are not your friend. They are a client who is paying your name, Inc., a retainer, your salary, in exchange for a set of services, your skills. This one psychological shift changes everything. You stop worrying about company loyalty and start worrying about contract renewal. You stop doing office gossip and start focusing on delivering value to the client. You start thinking, what new skills can I develop this quarter to make my services more valuable so I can raise my rates, my salary? You are a business. Act like it. Step 2. Build your FU fund. I've talked about this before, but it is critical. This is not an emergency fund. An emergency fund is for when your car breaks down. An FU fund is for when your boss breaks down. It is 6 to 12 months of your bare-bones living expenses, sitting in a boring, high-yield savings account. The moment you have this money, you are a different person. You walk differently. You talk differently in meetings. You are no longer operating from a place of fear, loss aversion. When your boss drops a 5 p.m. urgent request on your desk on a Friday, you have the power to say, I can get to that first thing Monday. The FU Fund is the single greatest tool for taking back control of your life. It's the foundation of your web. Step 3. Create income stream number 2, even a tiny one. This is the first strand of your web. Your goal here is not to get rich. The goal is purely psychological. The goal is to break the dependence on a single paycheck. You need to prove to your caveman brain that you can make $1 without your boss. Sell 10 things from your house on eBay. Tutor a kid in math for $30 an hour. Walk your neighbor's dog for $20. Start a faceless YouTube channel. Do anything. Going from 0 income streams to 1 is life-changing. But going from 1 income stream to 2 is psychologically just as big. It breaks the spell. Let's do the math. You make $90,000 per year. That's about $43 per hour. What if you start a little side consulting gig in your industry? You charge $75 per hour. You do it for just 4 hours a week. That's $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. That's $14,400 a year. You just gave yourself a 16% raise, and your boss had nothing to do with it. You just paid for your car payment and your groceries. You just bought back a piece of your freedom. Step 4. Always be interviewing. The ABI rule. This is the one people hate, but it's the most powerful. Once every 6 months, you should be going on a job interview, even if you're happy in your job, especially if you're happy. Why? It keeps your interview skills sharp. So, you're not a rambling mess when you need a job. It keeps your network warm. You're meeting people, connecting. It gives you perfect real-time market data on your worth. This is the big one. You think you're paid fairly. But what if you're not? What if you go on an interview and they offer you $110,000 for the same job? You just found out your safe job is costing you $20,000 a year. That's not safe. That's expensive. You can take that offer, or you can go back to your boss, as your name Inc., and say, "My client, it seems my market rate has gone up. We need to renegotiate our contract." Now you are in control. Conclusion. Look, the safe job is a delusion. It's a 20th century solution to a 21st century problem. It's a system designed to trade your time and your potential for a feeling of security. A false feeling. The real risk isn't volatility. The real risk is fragility. It's having a single point of failure. It's giving one person, one client, the power to ruin your life with a 10-minute Zoom call. Stop being fragile. Start being resilient. Stop being an employee and start being a business of one. Build your FU fund. Create that second income stream. Start building your web. That is how you actually get security. That is how you actually get control. And that is how you win a game that is rigged for you to lose. Final call to action. My question for you is this: what is one thing you can do this week, not next month, not someday, this week, to build the first strand of your web? Are you going to open a high-yield savings account for your FU fund? Are you going to list one thing on Facebook Marketplace? Are you going to update your resume? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to take control.